Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. So now moving on to the next type of ma'rifah, we're talking about now ismul ishara. Okay? So amma al-isharatu فَيُؤْتَى بِهِ إِذَا تَأَيَّنَ طَرِيقًا لإحضار معناه. As far as ismul ishara is concerned, it is brought when? It is brought إِذَا تَأَيَّنَ, when ismul ishara is fixed or has been determined as the only way. I will add here tariqa, not only a but only. When it is fixed as the only way to present that meaning. Let's say for example this. Let's say you didn't know what this is. Okay? And let's say I said pass, it's a pen, obviously it's a pen. Let's say we didn't know what this was a pen, or it's not called a pen. So you don't know what its name, you don't know how to describe it. You say, what's this? What's that? Pass that. So when you don't know its name, you don't know its quality, you have to point towards it. Do you understand? كقول بِئْنِي هذا. Like example, you say, sell me that please. So when إلى مشيرا حال, pointing towards something, لا تعرف له اسما ولا وصفا, when you don't know its name or you don't know its wasf. For example, like an easy example. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had a conversation with the malaika before the khalq of Adam alayhi salam, he said, are you going to create people who are going to shed blood, etc., etc. So he said, وَأَلَّمَ آدَمَ الْأَسْمَاءَ كُلَّهَا. Then after when Allah created, Allah said, I know I'm creating Adam for. I know there's a reason for it. So Allah taught Adam all of the names. ثُمَّ أَرَادَهُمْ عَلَى الْمَلَائِكَةِ. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala presented these things. He said, look, do you know these names? He said, أَنْبِئُونِي بِأَسْمَاءِ هَؤُلَاءِ. Tell me the name of these things. Well, how is Allah going to describe it? Because Allah knows the name of these things, but the angels don't know. Do you understand? Let's say for example, somebody says, I know every book in that library. I know every book in that library. Trying to be a bit of a show off. Yeah? So you say, okay, well, which book is that? So that's the only way I can get that picture of that book into mind. That. I can't say the name because then he say, oh, I know what book that is. So when you have no other choice but to point towards something, then you use ismul ishara. That's what ismul ishara is used for. Okay? So let's say, what's the name of these things then? In kuntum sadiqin. You were truthful. You said, okay, why do you need to create Adam? We are here. So let's say, if you were true in that claim you had before, well, tell us why. Tell us the name of these things. Okay? Right? We done that before in the first book as well. Now, أَمَّا إِذَا لَمْ يَتَأَيَّنْ طَرِيقًا لِذَلك. However, when ismul ishara is not the only way, it's not been the fixed way of expressing that meaning, فَيَكُونُ لِأَغراض أُخْرى. Then the ismul ishara is for other meanings, other purposes. And one purpose is this one, إِظْهَارُ الْإِسْتِغْرَاب. Okay? Istighrab is perplexity, confusion. So sometimes you can use hada to show how weird or how amazing or how complex, how perplexing something is. Okay? For example, kam aqilin aqilin. Aqilin, this is the second one is repeated for tawqeed.
I'm saying like you use ismul ishara for
to express how ajib something is. Can you believe this? Can you believe that? So for example, the price of the iPhone has gone £2,000. I was like, can you believe the increase in price?
so amazement or you could say confusion.
Yeah. So if I said to you, can you believe the iPhone is now worth £2,000? Then I would say, can you believe that increase in price? Or I would say, can you believe that? So that is showing how. Yeah. Okay. So come aqilin aqilin, and you repeat the aqil for tawqeed or ta'qeed. So how many? Come is khabariya. Okay, not for istifham, but for khabar. To express how many. So it's how many, but it doesn't mean asking a question, but rather rhetorically. Can you believe how many? So how many clever people there are? A'yat madhahibuhu. A'yat means to fail. Ayya ya'ya walam ya'ya bi khalqihinna. To become tired. Take the bab if'al, it means one is to tire, one is to fail. Now bab if'al is usually muta'addi. But sometimes you get a few bab if'al verbs which are lazim. This is lazim. In this context here, a'ya is lazim. And madhahibuhu, we translate madhahib as his plots, his plans, his ideas. So how many clever people we have whose ideas, their theories have failed. They couldn't get a job, they couldn't get a degree, they couldn't get through in life. وَجَاهِلٍ جَاهِلٍ تَلْقَاهُ مَرْزُوقًا. And how many come. And how many ignorant people you see them being prosperous. It happens. It's Allah's taqdeer. Okay? Hada, this whole concept. That sometimes you find somebody who has all the means to be successful, or all the means to be protected, and it just doesn't get anywhere. And somebody who is not there, and that opposite. So this fact, so it's hada, it's trying to say like, this amazing thing. Hada الذي. So this is the thing, this is mubtada, this is the thing. ترك الأوهام حائرة. And awham means the minds. This is the thing which have left the minds baffled. Why? وَصَيَّرَ الْعَالِمَ النِّحْرِيرَ زِنْدِيقًا. And this has made the intelligent scholar and the intelligent people, zindiq, atheist. Okay, and you see a lot of, a bit off the book, yeah? A lot of people who are really intelligent, they become atheists because of this. They just can't, because remember, when Allah says, Huwa Aziz and Hakim. What does Aziz mean? Powerful. But whenever Allah says Aziz, He says Hakim as well. So Allah is saying, look, see, the sifat of Allah is very, very important to understand Allah's sifat. So Allah is Aziz. Aziz means what? He can do anything He wants. But He has straight away what? Hakim. He's wise. So, if He doesn't do something, doesn't mean that He can't do it. It means there's a reason for it. So many people, for example, Louis van Gaal, he became an atheist. When his wife had cancer and she was suffering. So he wrote in his biography, that's when I lost my faith in God. Because if it was God, God wouldn't let her suffer. His first wife.
A lot of them go through that.
Yeah. So the same thing is because you don't understand Hakim. They're saying if there was a God, God would not have let this person suffer. So well, yes, there's a reason for this. He's Hakim, He's Aziz, He knows what He's doing, but the hikmah, there's a reason behind why has Allah chosen, why Allah done that. So this Hakim. Steve Jobs, when he took some kind of, he used to go to church before, I think, something like that. I can't remember vaguely, but what happened, he took a picture of, or a newspaper, a magazine, which had pictures of people in famine. He took it to the church, or to the Pope, or whatever, not Pope, the minister in the church. I said, look, does God do this? How can God? Even now as well. Why are Muslims suffering? Why are anybody suffering? You have people in droughts, you have people in famine, you have people in war. So he said, even people lose that. Does God want war? Does God want people to die? So as Aziz, we believe that He can change anything straight away. But He's also Hakim. And this word is not a Jannah. This word is Darul Imtihan. So it is a test. Some people will be tested through, be given, how we are in America, England, we're well off, affluent, we don't have like outbreaks of illnesses, diseases. Most of us are not, we have a bed to sleep on, we have a roof to cover our heads, and we know what we're going to eat tomorrow. We don't even think what we're going to eat tomorrow. We know there's enough food to eat, enough food to last till the next Asda shop. And other people are tested, they don't have enough. So these are all tests. It's not that Allah, that is somebody who can't do this, but He knows why. And this is a Darul Imtihan. That's why you have influx of different people. So many people, even that, Dr. Livingston, I presume. Isn't that a famous thing, isn't it? So Dr. Livingston, he went on, initially in the late 18th century, he was one of the travelers to Africa. So somebody went after him to find out whether he was successful or he died or he was alive. So the person who went there, he also lost faith when he saw the civil war in Africa. Why is this all happening? It can't be a God, because he was Christian before. But again, same as Hakim, that why is it happening? Allah knows. Why did he lose a son? Why did he lose a daughter? Why is there divorce? Why is there problems? Why did the business fail? Because it's Darul Imtihan. These are tests from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it does make people think, why, how can this happen? Why can they be difficult? Why are there wrongs in the world? Well, this is Allah's wisdom. He knows, He has, and this is not the, if in the hereafter, let's say for example, in the hereafter Allah doesn't give justice, then we say, what is all this? Well, this is not fair. But that's why everything will be leveled out in the hereafter. Because then somebody's here and is rich, they're bribing their way through life and they get through everything, and there's not a question for that?
But don't people then think that, for example, every action has a reaction or consequence. So if someone is not given the consequence in this life, surely they must receive the
Alhamdulillah, that's the way you think, because we believe. But everybody doesn't have the ability, that's the one way of thinking, what you're saying. But this is a problem people face in terms of their belief. Anyway, so this is what he's saying here. So this is istighram. So basically back to the book, hada is what? To show how perplexing this concept is. So you can use ism al-ishara, even though you don't need to use it, but to show perplexity. And this is something you can tell from the zawq, and it's not like a hard and fast, you put your finger on and say, this is exactly what it is. Okay?